on, guys? So today's amateur detailing attempt at a not so amateur headlight restoration. We are going to do a 7-step process here where we are going to sand the headlights down with different levels of grit sandpaper, starting with very coarse, then going to very fine. We are then going to take classic cut polish with a microfiber pad, followed by classic cut with a microfiber pad, followed by classic polish with a foam pad, and then we are going to use All Shine Supply products. We're going to seal it with Daddy-O paint sealant because it has UV protection, because as we're using the sandpaper, it's taking off the factory UV protectant, and then we are going to spray some clutch over the top of the sealant just to make sure that these are good to go. If I do it wrong, this will, if I screw up, it'll stay clear for about a week, maybe several weeks, and then the haze of everything of the light will come back. If I do it improperly. If I do it correctly, I should have a really good looking headlight by the end of this. So here we go. The concern today is it's a 2008. You can see it's starting to get real hazy down in the corner of the lens and extremely hazy and scratched up at the top of the lens. So first step number one, tape everything off on both sides. All right, so first phase, 800 grit sandpaper to really mar out all the, or get out all the scratches. I'm gonna mar the crap out of these headlights and really get out these scratches, and we are gonna go from a east to west, so side to side pattern. So here's after the 800 grit. This is actually pretty crazy. So I will say, 2008 Infinity, this is very difficult right here. There's a lot of curvature in this headlight, so it makes it very hard to get in here. I opted not to get a backing plate for these, and I opted not to use any type of machine or anything. So, and I feel like I made the right choice with that, although my hands are cramping already and I still have 2 more steps to do with this. It made it a lot easier to get into there. I would highly suggest using thicker painter's tape because if I would have only put a thin layer and 1 strand on, I would have been in trouble because I slipped right there, and because this is so thick, this helped me out. So I'm gonna spray this down with water, and then we're gonna move on to the next step, which is a finer grade sandpaper, and we're gonna go up and down. All right, so next, 1500 grit, and we are gonna go north and south. So we are gonna go in the opposite direction of the last time, and we're gonna spray a little bit of water on the sandpaper this time. The next round with the 2000, we're gonna spray a lot of water. So these are the slow processes. We're taking down the peaks that are put in from the 800 on this step. So it's definitely foggy and hazy. There's definitely vertical scratch marks from the 1500. Now we are onto the 2000 grit sandpaper, and we are gonna go over that from right to left with water on the actual headlight this time and on the sandpaper. Now after all the grinding, we put rubbing alcohol on it to strip everything off that we just did, and then we are gonna compound it. Adams Swirl Killer Polisher, Lake County microfiber HDO pad, and here we go. This is, I mean, it looks better. It's definitely all scratched up, so we'll see how well this does. Well, I'll be honest. I didn't plan in my head, like, what if you screw up? So if this doesn't work out really well, I totally botched my headlight, so that's not going to be a cheap fix. So yeah, I'm a little nervous, if I'm going to be 100% honest. So hopefully this goes well. All right, so we are going from microfiber pad to HDO foam pad. So I'm going to use a blue, it says on there a blue cutting pad. On their website it says it can be used for polish. So the polish has a very mild cutting ability. So that mild cutting ability with the blue should polish it up real nice. As of right now, it's clearer. Okay? Much more clear than this guy. It's got a lot of scratches and haziness. If you look at it just like so, you can tell, you can tell in the top corner right here as opposed to the top corner over here. Not so much on the bottom ends, but when you get up closer, you can definitely see up top. It's much more clear, not as scratchy everywhere. So, success. We will see how the Daddy-O paint sealant does on this. As far as UV protection, I may have to go out and buy some headlight sealant and potentially redo this if I did not follow these steps very well, but paint sealant's going on now. Gonna let it sit on for a little while, and then we'll put some clutch spray on it to give it some added protection. So like in the comments, this is me being literally amateur wannabe detailer. This is not my main job, and stumbled across headlight restoration with the equipment that I have, which is more on the high side instead of going out and buying a package thing from AutoZone. I got the help of my dog Lucy. Hey, yeah. So yeah, shoot me a message, like in the comments. See you guys next time.